Hello, this video might be a game changer for you. I promise to give you something that I think no one is talking about. A few years ago, when I was wondering what to use to clean nibs and fountain pens, I came across an article that suggested distilled water was the best option. I found that surprisingly interesting. Why distilled water, of all things? You might be wondering why this is important to me if I don't paint or draw with ink. Trust me, it is. This is quite practical because distilled water contains no dissolved minerals or impurities. Tap water, depending on where you live, can contain calcium, magnesium, or other minerals. I'm doing a small experiment. In one cup, I have a very soft tap water, and the other I have distilled water. I'm adding the same amount of ink to each, and I would like you to notice how the ink behaves in both containers. The ink in distilled water behaves almost like a mist, whereas in the tap water, it has actually become mineralized. It's so much heavier, and you can really see how those pigment particles just linger and don't dissolve smooth at all. You can take a moment to reflect on the practical advantages of distilled water, or you can watch what I'm about to do. This is a small experiment. Probably have plenty of pens at your house. Or you can grab something from your kid's school bag. Gel pens would probably be the best test subjects, as they are usually water-based. So let's see what happens, and stay with me, because this is not the only idea I have for how to use distilled water in your art studio. Now, I'm swatching my pens to find the best color and ink that will react with distilled water and work for the project I have in mind. These pens here are all the same brand and type, but they react in very differently, so swatching them was a really good idea. On this piece of paper, I'm looking for something more vibrant, black, that stands out more than the ordinary ones. And I know that one of them is really, really inky. There's something special about this feeling, about the excitement I get when I think I've discovered something, and I start experimenting with these products, things I never thought could be useful for making art. I'm going to draw something simple, just to show you how distilled water can be used. And as I do that, I will share a bit more about the different things you can do with it and how it can be really, really useful. Distilled water is quite practical. because it contains no dissolved minerals or impurities. Unlike tap water, which can vary depending on where you live, it has no calcium, magnesium, or other minerals. As a result, pigment dissolves more easily in distilled water since it's chemically pure. Tap water, on the other hand, can disrupt the even dispersion of the pigment, which may affect how smoothly the inks spread. While reading about this, another thought occurred to me. If pigment disperses more evenly in distilled water, and then something clicked. If distilled water contains no organic compounds, it does not spoil. It does not leave mineral deposits. It reduces the risk of corrosion. It allows pigment to disperse more smoothly than ordinary water. So, why not use it when working with paints and other water-based art materials? From a practical point of view, the idea makes sense. When you dilute watercolors, gouache, or ink, you are rely on clean, predictable chemistry. Fewer dissolved minerals mean fewer unexpected changes, fewer subtle shifts in behavior, and potentially more consistent results. Hard tap water can sometimes dull colors slightly, affect flow, or leave residues over time. Of course, in many everyday situations, tap water works perfectly well. I don't complain much because I have very soft tap water. I mean, it's very soft. No calcium buildup on the kettle after many years of use. But if you are aiming for maximum control and consistency, especially in delicate or layered work, distilled water becomes an interesting and entirely logical choice. Sometimes what sounds industrial turns out to be surprisingly well suited to art. If you are not particularly fussy, you can use distilled water in a very practical way, simply to make your life easier. You can keep it in a small spray bottle for painting or reactivating paints, and it will not spoil after a few weeks, maybe even months. Because it contains no organic matter, it is far less likely to support bacterial growth. That makes it especially useful in the studio. You can also use a small amount to revive dry gouache and bring back some its smooth consistency, while reducing the risk of mold, especially if you keep your gouache in an airtight palette. It's not a miracle cure, but it does lower the biological risk compared to tap water. You can use it for all kinds of water-based art materials like water-soluble paints, pencils, water-soluble graphite, inks, gouache, acrylics, water-based oils, and any medium that use water to carry pigment. Distilled water is easy to find. It is often cheapest in car part shops or DIY stores, where it's sold for batteries or technical use. It is also available online, for example on Amazon or eBay. Who knows? You might start with a small bottle and before long find yourself ordering a big barrel. I hope this sparks some ideas for you. Little tricks that can change how you handle your art supplies. You could even try boiling some tap water, which sits somewhere between the two. Just grab a few basic pens, brush, and a sketchbook and have a go. It's all about experimenting and seeing what works for you. And honestly, you might discover a whole new side to your creativity. So give it a go, play around, and don't be shy. Share your quirky experiments with me. I can't wait to see what you came up with, and who knows, maybe we will start a whole new trend. I will pop some links in the description for the Amazon goodies I'm using. And just a heads up, these are affiliate links. So if you grab something, I will get a tiny slice of the pie. I would be very, very happy if you subscribed and give it a like. It makes a massive difference for my tiny channel. I'm really glad you stuck around to the end, and I hope this gives you a fun spark to get creative. Let me know if you knew that distilled water can be used this way, or did I bring something new to this art table? Please don't forget to take a little moment for yourself to make some art. Sing a bit, dance around, write something, draw a few lines. Those tiny creative breaks can bring a surprisingly amount of joy. I wish I could see what you create, and I really hope this gives you a bit of a boost. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!